Hey guys, what's up? Alright, so this is just gonna be a little video of I just give my thoughts of how the Flash TV show kind of sucks right now. Like it's kind of taken a nosedive comparable to season 3 and 4 of Arrow, and nobody wants that. In my opinion, season 1 was amazing. Alright, you have the Reverse Flash, you know the stakes. He killed Barry's mom, and you know what you're up against. You have this connection. You want to see him rise and fall. But with season 2 in Zoom, you don't really have that. What you have is someone staying in the back of the room, pulling all these strings, not really knowing. You don't, as a viewer, don't know what's going on most of the time. And when you find out who he is, you have this, like, you don't really care as much. Like, personally, I didn't care because he didn't really do anything that important. And, like, in season 1, holy shit, Barry's mom died. Eobard Thawne killed him. That's insane. Season 2, it's like, oh, hey, Jay Garrick died. Zoom killed him. But Jay Garrick is Zoom, and there's another Zoom, and there's another Jay. It made no sense. Well, obviously, it made sense, but in the context of watching it, it's just like it made no sense. And it's like, why can't you just tell a simple story? Like, you don't need a plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. They need to fix it. And with season 3 in the Comic Con trailer, you already see another speedster villain. And just personally, I am sick of speedster villains because the the entire plot revolves around Barry trying to get faster. In season 1, you had a reason why Barry had to get faster. It was because Eobard wanted him to get faster so he could return home. In season 2, basically Zoom wanted him to get faster so he could steal more of his speed, so he wouldn't die. And you didn't know that going into it. You knew what Reverse Flash was trying to do, but Zoom, you had no idea. So you knew season 1, you knew the stakes. Season 2, you didn't, and that's the only problem I have. I'm not the only one, obviously, but yeah. Season 3, I don't want to retread. That's all I ask for, honestly. CW. Um, like I don't want to see a season 3 and 4 of Arrow nosedive and just watch it die. And like I'm dropping Arrow, and that took me 4 seasons to drop. I don't want to go through another 2 bad seasons of Flash to only decide that I'm going to give up on it. Um, so yeah, that's just one of my problems. The other problem is that they over rely on Barry's mom's death. All right, Barry is not Batman. Batman takes his parents' death and lets it consume him and makes it who he is. All right, if you talk about Batman, you talk about his death, his parents' death. But with Barry, he takes that and he moves past it and he uses it as fuel. It's just, excuse me, he doesn't let it consume him, and he lets it use it as a motivator. Like this happened, and this caused who I am today, but I'm not gonna dwell on it. He dwells on the fact that his father committed a crime that he didn't commit, and that he uses it as more fuel to keep the fire going of always wanting to do better. But with Batman, it's just like, oh yeah, my parents died. This never has to happen. I'm going to live a recluse life, and I'm never going to stop being Batman. I am Batman. But with Flash, it's like, oh yeah, I'm Barry Allen. I'm Flash. Oh yeah, haha. And in season 1, that was fine because it was this new idea that you didn't do yet. But in season 2, it had no context being in the story. It just came out of nowhere. It's like, oh, my dad died. I'm going to go save my mom. I'm not going to go save my dad because that would make more sense and have less problems on the timeline. But with, he's just like, oh, I'm going to save my mom because that's who defined me apparently because of Batman. And CW just loves making their heroes like Batman, all right? Like, Arrow is literally just Batman in green. And with the Flash, it's like, okay, I have to keep reliving my parents' death. You don't see Oliver dwelling on his father's death because it doesn't define him. And same thing with the Flash; it does not define him. But they're doing that, and honestly, after Flashpoint, I need to see Barry's mom honestly never brought up again. Maybe in passing, oh yeah, oh I'm sorry, your mom died, whatever. But they dwell on it way too much, and it's kind of just at a point where it's like we've seen this already. We don't want to see this. Like, I mean, there are fans I know that want to see Flashpoint, and that's great. But this is not Flashpoint. All right, this is them calling it Flashpoint and doing another universe because all right, you do not see a Thomas Wayne Batman. You do not see a cyborg as the Superman, and you don't see Superman as some weak little alien kept in Area 51. You don't see the amazing war between Atlantis and Themyscira. You see Barry and Wally and this dude that we don't know about, and Eobard locked in a cage and no one knowing him. Oh no, threats. Oh, and Cisco's CEO now. That's interesting. But it's just like that isn't Flashpoint. This is just them calling it Flashpoint and doing something similar, like to the main concept, but not following through because obviously they can't because they're not going to have the budget for any of that. But it's just the idea, you know. So yeah, that's just like my two little problems with it. I want to see it succeed. I want to see it get better and grow over time, but it keeps going back to the things that made it what it was. Alright, in season 1, you have the Reverse Flash, speed villain. Barry has to get faster, and you have his parents' death looming over him because that's his parents' killer. That's insane that he has to find his parents' killer. But in season 2, you need to move past that. In season 3, you need to move past that for the show to grow. That's what Arrow did good in season 1 and 2. It got past the roots and moved past and did Deathstroke and it was really good. But then they had to, I'm not even going to go into that because that's a whole nother rant. And I don't consider this a rant. I just consider giving my thoughts because I'm not angry over it. I'm just like, oh, hey, this could be better, you know? So I'm going to end it here because I've been going on for 6 minutes already. Already wasting enough of your time. So yeah, no more speedster villains and kill it with Barry's mom. All right, that's all I ask. Hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, later.